class we learnt about fertilization and pollination, and also along with that we learnt about the pollinating agents, isn't it? Now there are certain peculiarities for the pollinating agents and also for the plants. Okay, so according to the peculiarity of the flower, what happens? The pollinating agents also will change. All the pollinating agents do not pollinate all type of flowers. So there are certain peculiarities. Now, usually you can see butterflies going and sitting on the flowers, isn't it? That is because the butterflies are attracted by the color of the flower. Now can you understand why the flower has got bright and attractive colors? Yes, that is because it attracts the pollinating agents by its color and also by its smell. Okay, so by the smell and by the color, butterflies and bees are attracted by the flowers. Now there are certain flowers which are too small. For example, in your textbook, you can see flowers like lantana. What is lantana? Iripo. Have you seen this flower? Most of you will have this in your garden, isn't it? This in English it is called as lantana. Now, which is the flower of this lantana? Is this whole thing a flower? No. This is a single flower. See, if I take it out, this is a single flower. Now suppose this lantana is only like this on the branch with the single flower. Will this be attracted by the pollinating agents? By the butterflies? No, because it is too small, isn't it? So flowers which are too small, usually we find them in a bunch. Bunch is called as inflorescence. A bunch is called as inflorescence. So such small flowers are seen in inflorescence. Why is it seen in inflorescence? When it is like this, it looks big and beautiful. So when it is together as an inflorescence, it is attracted by the pollinating agents such as butterflies and bees. But if it is single like this, it will be difficult to attract them. Same way, haven't you seen bougainvillea? Which is the flower of the bougainvillea? Is it leaf-like thing the flower of the bougainvillea? No, the leaf-like thing is not the flower of the bougainvillea. The center which you see, the small flower in the center, like the lantana, you can see the small flower in the center. That is the flower of the bougainvillea. But it won't be attracted by the pollinating agents, isn't it? So leaves take the color of flowers and modify. The leaves are modified like flowers because they will help to attract the pollinating agents. Have you seen musanda? Musanda, you have seen different colors of musanda there in our compound, isn't it? So musanda also, the flower is there on the top, the small one, that is the flower of the musanda. So the leaves are given color for the pollinating agents to be attracted. Now there are other flowers which are attracted by flies. Where do the house flies? You have seen big flies which sit in the dirt and all that, isn't it? They are also pollinating agents. Usually where do we see them going and sitting, the flies? Yes, we can see that they sit on decayed material, isn't it? But how can they become pollinating agents? They are not attracted by the smell of the flowers. They are attracted by the decayed smell. Okay, so this flower which you can see is the world's biggest flower called as Rafflesia. So these flowers, they have a rotten smell. And also, have you seen yam flower? Have you seen a yam flower? Before the shoot comes out, the flower will be on the ground. and this yam flour has got a rotten smell. It smells like rotten meat. The Rafflesia also smells like rotten meat. So why is it having the rotten meat smell? Because the flies are the ones who pollinate these type of flowers. So if you have seen, sometimes if you have yam in your garden, what is yam? Chena, elephant yam, isn't it? If you have yam in your compound, sometimes you will get a very rotten smell inside the compound, and you will think that some rats have something dead thing is there in the compound, but it is the smell of the yam flour. So that is attracted by the flies which sit on the decayed material. So the flies which sit on decayed material are the pollinating agents of yam. Now in the same way, you have seen paddy fields, isn't it? Teacher cannot bring a paddy plant here because now it is the season for the rice to be taken. So now you don't find paddy flowers. The paddy flowers, I will show the picture here. They are very light inward. By the time we take it itself, it will fly off. So the paddy flower is very light. In the same way, you can also see the flower of grass. The flower of grass, all the flowers in the grass family, they are all very light in weight and white in color. Why are they very light in weight? Because insects, if they sit on the paddy and the grass, it will move off, isn't it? It does not have that much of strength. So the paddy flowers and the flowers of the grass family, all the grass and all these are pollinated by wind, with the help of wind. So when the wind blows the flowers, the pollen grains are so light that it will be carried away by the wind. So they are pollinating by the wind. Then that day's class, I explained to you about pepper, isn't it? When does the pepper bloom? During the rainy season. Why does the pepper bloom during the rainy season? Because water helps in pollinating the pepper. So when the water falls on the pepper plant from top and it falls dropping down, the pollen grains are carried down and it gets pollinated with that. Pepper is pollinated by the by water or dewdrops. Now here in your textbook you have a table, children. You have to complete that table. Look into the table there. There you can see lightweight pollen grains, colorful flowers, white flowers that bloom at night, and pollination in moisture, isn't it? So you have to write down. Now white flowers, only the white flowers I did not explain. White flowers that bloom at night. Who pollinates these white flowers which bloom at night? Yes, the agents which the insects which roam about in the night, isn't it? Can you tell me any insect which roam about in the night? Yes, like birds, like butterflies, there are moths also which roam about at night, isn't it? Now the white flowers have white color and they have a sweet smell. So why is it? Why are the flowers having white? Why do the white flowers bloom at night? Because the flowers which bloom at night, mostly they are seen in white color, because in the night white is attracted, and also the smell of those plants will be, where those flowers will be very strong, and the smell and the white color of the flower attracts the pollinating agent. So mainly the white flowers which bloom at night are pollinated by moth, which belongs to the butterfly family. When you are searching about the butterflies nowadays, isn't it? So you know moths also belong to the butterfly family. So that is why the white flowers they bloom at night and they are pollinated by the moth. Now there is one more thing called as artificial pollination. What is artificial pollination? Yes, certain cases we need good variety fruits. So if you need good variety fruits and good variety, if you need a good variety fruit, we should have a good variety seed. So to get the good variety fruit and seed, what do we do? In the agricultural research institutes, what they do? They conduct artificial pollination. They take the pollen grains of the good variety and rub it on the stigma of the flower, and the fruit produced will be of the good variety and the seed produced will be of the good variety. Then in other cases, there will be certain plants which we bring from any other country. So in our country, we will not have pollinating agents which can pollinate those flowers. For example, you know about vanilla, isn't it? Vanilla is an essence we use for cakes and pastries and ice creams. So vanilla is a plant which came from outside of India, and we don't have a pollinating agent to pollinate the vanilla flower because it is pollinated by a particular type of bees called as Melipona bees, which live only in Mexico. So we cannot pollinate. So what do? We do artificial pollination to produce vanilla. Otherwise, what will happen? You will have only the plant will not produce fruits. So in such cases, artificial pollination is done. So you can see in the video what is artificial pollination. What do? The pollen grains are collected and rubbed over the stigma of the flower. That is called as artificial pollination. So please write down the answers of what I have taken the notes from the textbook. Please write it down in your notebook. In the next class, teacher will explain about different types of pollination. Thank you.